Happy 250 was last week.
It
Happy
was
New
New Year, yes.
Yeah.
New America year.
New America year at the Until Next Week podcast, episode 185.
Wow.
How you doing?
I'm feeling free, I'm feeling frisky, and I'm feeling fun for the whole family.
The family, yeah. The three big Fs.
Wow.
So I know other people have other big three Fs, but those are Dane's.
Jack's
freedom,
gonna quote you on
family,
that.
faith, and fun for the family. That's four Fs.
That is 4.
How many other Fs can we name?
Frank.
Frank the Tank. Not
Frank the Tank.
Frank. Fudge.
Friendship.
Foolery.
Tomfoolery.
Frick.
Forgetful.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And
Forever.
Let's fast forward to the pod. And Fresca.
And
You have a
Fresca.
Fresca.
Wow. I'm drinking a Fresca on the pod today.
Oh, man. The Fs are all going around today. Shout out.
Jack's going to quote you so crazy on this.
I'm trying to be cleaner this week, and I started off bad.
I know.
I apologize for everything I say on the pod. I don't know why I do what I do. Why do I do what I do, JP with Gluta?
Hey, that's where I'm getting a lot of my inspiration for my talks.
Did you actually, JP, or why do I do what I don't want to do?
Both. I mean, he wrote the book.
That was one of the books I pre-ordered and have not read. So
I've read parts of it.
I need to read it.
Yeah.
And I say that about all the books I don't read.
Well, yeah.
What other books do you want to read that you haven't read?
Well, books aren't for actually reading. I mean, we've discussed this before. They're not for reading. It's for making you look smart.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like, I have a lot of Harry Potter by my bed.
Dang it.
And I'm like, if I fall asleep, will it like somehow get in there? Will I learn magic?
You mean a lot of witchcraft by your bed?
Yes, which is bad because I need the Bible also by the bed.
Exactly.
So they fight in the night.
Have them on one side of your bed and the other one on the other side of your bed.
It's like the whole angels and demons things on your shoulder, even though it's just demons because you're just a bad person. So
that's crazy.
yeah, episode 185. Man, how do I want to start this? What are your thoughts on car washes?
I had a membership at the Blue Iguana.
Yeah.
But then that was whenever I had lots of money.
Yeah.
And I had a nicer-ish car. I mean, it was kind of like the car I have now.
Mhm.
But I was like, ooh, I really want to keep it clean, blah, 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 and do all these things and get it whatever. But then, like, upon, like, getting older, I'm just like, I'm probably never going to have a membership again.
Yeah, I
TBH.
think it's a tricky game, and I really enjoy them when I get to go through them for free.
Yeah.
Which is what's happening this week. There's like another new car wash because that's what Springfield, Missouri is car washes, churches, and banks, and Seven Brews.
And
oh
Seven
my.
Brews.
But yeah, I went through the other day. It's still free this week, so I went again today. And I got in all the nooks and crannies of my car. Like
Ew.
they had, you know how they usually have like the high pressured like air, usually when you're like vacuuming out?
Yeah.
They also had like a soap sprayer. So if you had like some other stuff that need to get cleaned inside your car, you could spray that and then wipe it down.
So, like, if I spilled a drink in my cup holder,
Yeah.
I could use it for that?
That would be good to use the spray and clean it
Okay.
out. And I don't know what it is, but cleaning my car at one of those car washes is kind of therapeutic.
Dang it.
Like I think cleaning in general can be therapeutic for myself, but
Wrong.
especially car washes.
Cleaning is lame.
I don't know but there's something about car washes specifically where it's not like cleaning at home, where it's just better. And you're like, I'm going to be in this car every day, and now it just looks nicer for me.
Yeah. Not having it look like a bum lived here.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is nice getting that out because, yeah, there was some nasty stuff in the car. So I like them, but I'm like, $20 a month. I'm like, is it actually worth it? Probably not, unless
you
you're
could
going
have a
all
whole
the time.
meal for that.
Or unless you go to like a
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A and go really hard, then you can't get a full meal.
That's true. You could cook an entire day's worth of food for that.
But I guess if I went to the car wash every single day, just for fun.
That's what everybody says they're going to
It's
do.
kinda like
and
a
then they're
rave.
never going to do it. Here's the thing. People at my work, the church, have been
Yes.
on this like getting a gym membership kick.
Yeah.
Because they're young adults for the first time in their lives. And they're like, we need to get a gym membership. And they're like, Dane, go to the gym with us. I said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they're like, why not? And I said, first off, I hate working out. Number 2,
I can tell.
the only thing I hate worse than working out with others, because it takes twice as long now.
Hear me out though. I think it can be quicker if you're with like one really motivated person.
Maybe.
It's quicker because if I go by myself and I have my phone with me,
Yeah.
the amount of times I just sit on the bench and start scrolling, if you have
Yeah.
that accountability with someone else, like the Jack Holmgrens of the world,
Hate that guy.
you are like, oh, I got to stay focused, locked in. Like, oh, you're already done. Now I feel bad that I'm standing here, so then I have to get under there. If you have the right people, it can be much more efficient.
Well, that's committing to not getting on your phone at the gym, though.
Yeah. One thing you can do if you're
Right.
going by yourself, I have some really good wireless headphones now, and I
Yeah.
can leave my phone in the locker room, and as long as I have a playlist going, I can walk around the whole gym and it's fine.
That's not a terrible idea.
It helps a lot to stay focused, because if you're just sitting there without your phone, you just look dumb.
Do you play the big booty mix?
It depends what day it is.
So-
I mean, if it's leg day, yeah, big booty all day. Jack, you can quote me on that.
Dang it.
But if it's like arm, it can kind of go either way. Sometimes I throw a podcast in. Oh, you do got the big booty mix. Why are you showing me that?
Because I want to show you it's an actual mix.
Yeah, we can't play it on the pod though, because
Right.
we'll get
Copyright.
taken down. But yeah, I'm about that big booty life in the right scenario.
Dang it.
But you can really move some weight if you
So-
got the big booty mix on.
I was talking more like.
What are your thoughts on the big booty mix?
So a guy named Griffin introduced me to the big booty mix.
He's
and-
not a big booty mix. Griffin?
Yeah, Griffin.
There's no way a
The guy
Griffin.
moved to Oregon. He played it not in like a workout sense, but in a
at
this
church.
Is, yeah, but in a this is an epic beat mix. And so he was playing it. We were going to actually Seven Brew one day to visit
Yeah.
his now wife.
Seven Brew always plays big booty mixes.
Well,
And
he's
the-
blasting it in his Subaru,
Yeah.
and I'm just dumbfounded that this is an actual mix, and it's not just like a song or like a 10-minute mix. It's an hour-long mix.
Yeah.
And they have 27 editions of it, and it's because they've been coming out with one mix a year for 27 years.
Can you please send me some of that big booty stuff later?
It's
The
crazy.
mixes, yeah. Do
It's crazy.
you remember when I said I was going to try to be less crazy on this episode? But you brought that up. You brought up the big booty.
Yeah.
But they got the big bass on the big booty mixes.
Dang it.
I need to stop. Yeah, I do like those kind of hits though. It helps you move in the gym better. And the dangerous part about
Oh, yeah.
podcasts, especially comedy podcasts, if you're trying to hit a lot of weight and then make a joke, you're like, oh crap,
Dang it.
I can't lift this anymore. Stop making all these funny jokes.
And number 3,
Number
I would
3?
never get a gym membership
Oh, I forgot we're talking about that.
because Jake's Body Shop still exists at home.
That is true.
So I tell people, why would I pay for a gym membership where I don't want to bring clothes to the gym,
Mhm.
then have to shower, bring other clothes to then go to the office in, and then be all tired and sweaty all day when I could work out from the comfort of my home for free and still hate my life?
The thing is though, you don't have the sauna there. The sauna's kind of nice.
No, I've been in a sauna once, and that's too many times.
Yeah. There is, at the right gym, I just think that some gyms are so expensive. And that's the
Oh,
issue
yeah.
with the one I'm currently at. They charge way too much. And the only thing that's good about this gym is that they have a good swimming pool.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything's crap.
Yeah.
And they have a new gym that's coming into town soon that's going to go on Campbell by that Walmart. And it's going to be essentially a very nice, much better version of Planet Fitness. So the
Oh.
base rate getting in, it's $10 a month. And
Is it called Gold Fitness?
No, it's called not what is it called?
Homegrown
Crunch.
Fitness?
I think
Oh.
Crunch Fitness. They're
Oh.
nationwide. They look very nice. Not as good as the gym that Jack works out in Florida because works out
Yeah.
in Florida because they had everything. They had the swimming pools, they had the sauna, they had a movie room.
What?
Yeah, they had a full-size movie screen and they had treadmills in there or
Oh.
stair things and you could do that while you're watching a movie.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
Yeah.
His gym, I want one of those in Springfield, Missouri, but I
Well, I
think-
mean, people have been doing that for years. You just bring your phone and turn on an episode of Netflix.
yeah, but this is a giant screen.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm going to look at that gym. The only issue is I don't think they're going to put a pool in. So it does stink if you're paying a lot and you're not going very much. And then it's what's the point? And then you have
Yeah.
the free gym at home at Jake's Body Shop.
Yeah, and then I run for free too. I'm just
Yeah.
and people keep trying to get me to get a gym membership. Guys, no. I always make the same deal with them. I love making a deal because I just go, I tell you what, if you pay for my gym membership, I'll go.
You just need to hook up with some of the people who have the gym memberships that go to our church.
Yeah.
Because there are some CrossFit people that would probably give you a free membership if you ask nicely.
That's the other thing. Yeah,
Because they used to do that for Joe back in the day for K Life.
that same gym I can get into for free just working at Hill City. But
Why don't you go?
because why would I
It's
go
free.
to a gym?
That gym's
No.
$100 a month.
I hate CrossFit. That's why.
Yeah, you would look great though.
No, I wouldn't.
You would look amazing.
I still don't want to bring my clothes to a gym and then work out there and then have to drive home all sweaty and all tired. And
Do
then,
they not have showers there?
I don't know. I have a shower at home.
Most
for
gyms
sure.
have showers. It is kind of nice taking a shower at the gym.
No.
Okay.
I want to take a shower at home. That's the only
Okay.
place I want to take a shower.
Okay.
Also, swimming sucks too. I forgot to mention that. I hate swimming, and working out sucks. Running is okay.
Okay. Awesome. Well, speaking of swimming, I got a pair of goggles the other day. Amazon. You know how they have like their Amazon Basic items?
Yeah. I have shirts and stuff of theirs.
Some of them are pretty solid. I didn't realize they have Amazon Basic goggles that are like an exact replica of my favorite Speedo goggles.
Whoa.
And they were like $8. I'm like, there's no way these are good. And I got them the other day and I'm like, this is awesome.
These are fantastic.
Like, so check out Amazon Basic if you want to get like some really nice items with no branding on it, essentially. Like,
yeah.
It is cool. I haven't tried them in the water yet. They may leak, but from everything I've seen so far, they seem pretty nice.
So you've never tested the product?
I haven't yet, but I tried them on my face when I was in my room with the goggles on, and
Right.
they seem nice.
There you go.
But they might leak everywhere. But I bet you they'll be good. And then also 4th of July, that did happen.
That did happen.
What else
Happy 250, baby.
the last episode dropped on the 6th. So yeah, we didn't talk about the 4th really.
Well, we
there.
recorded 2 beforehand.
Yeah, and we brought that up,
Yeah.
and we were making projections and everything else. We haven't started World War III yet. I did hear a lot of bombs, but that was fireworks.
They were
So-
rather large this year.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
All nights of the hour, too.
It was, and then like days before and days after. Like,
Yeah.
it's still, if you go out at night right now, you'll probably hear some fireworks going.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're in St. Louis, it could be anything.
No, I heard it last night. I was pulling into my driveway, and last night was the 10th, and I heard a boom, and I'm like, I hope that's a firework.
You're outside city limits, though, right?
Yeah.
I think you can shoot fireworks whenever for any reason.
Oh, yeah.
Just go out
It
there.
was great.
Yeah, maybe you're a firework.
Let freedom ring.
Yeah. But for the 4th of July specifically, I went back up to this little community kind of near St. Louis, sort of. Went there up with like Lauren and some of her family and everything else. They have like a place up there.
Chesterfield?
No, it's called Innsbruck.
Never
I'm kind
heard
of
it.
confused. I think it's like a small town community, but it's essentially like a giant country club, sort of.
Compound.
That could be it too. I don't know exactly what it is.
I don't know.
Overall, pretty good time. We weren't really there that long. They have like lots of like small lakes, quote unquote, kind of
Yeah.
lakes, ponds. You can swim in there. So they had one where a lot of people were hanging out at. They had like some sand on the beach, quote unquote.
Yeah.
They had like a giant, not like a dock area, but like a platform in the middle of the water you could go to.
Yes.
So hung out on there for a bit, and then randomly there was this little kid that was one of like the family members further down the road. I don't know exactly.
So a delinquent.
Yeah, delinquent. He was very small, but he saw me and he liked jumping in the water, and I was like, I can throw you. Throw me, Bob. And the first throw, like this platform's probably 2 to 3 feet above the water, and I threw him pretty high. He's probably like 6 or 7 years old.
Not anymore.
And I kind of made him belly flop.
Yeah, good.
And I was like, oh no.
He's fine.
Hopefully he's okay. He's like, I am. Oh. I'm like, okay, sorry. He's like,
Savior,
okay.
hurt me.
I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be in trouble. He's like, okay, next time you throw me, don't throw me that high. I'm like, oh, okay, so he wants to do it again.
Higher.
There were a few times where I just couldn't get him entering the water at the right spot, and he just kept
Yeah.
on like flopping. I'm like, but he still wants to be picked up and thrown. I probably threw this kid 15 to 20 times. Got a good workout in because it got to the point where I'm like, don't climb up the ladder. Come over here, grab my arms, and I'll pull you up on the dock
Pull
and
'em up.
then throw you. But overall, it was a good time. Got a good workout there. Besides that, played a little bit of pickleball. Used those new Friday paddles, Samuel 14434 if you want a $10 discount on your order of at least $95. Shout out.
Order it.
But I need to test out my paddle a little more because I bought like a random used paddle from Friday and it didn't sound right. And I don't know if that's just the type of paddle it is and how it's supposed to sound,
I don't know.
but it seemed kind of dead. I don't know. That won't happen to you if you use the code Samuel14434
You
when
get
you
a
buy
new
the
paddle.
new paddles. But the used one, I'm still questioning, so I need to try it out some more. But overall, it's a good time. Played with Lauren, beat her each time. She wasn't happy.
Let her know who is wearing the pants in the
Yes.
pickleball.
I was wearing
society.
pants when we play pickleball because we're in a public arena,
Exactly. Arena.
court,
No,
facility,
Arena.
outdoor place. I think
Coliseum.
it used to be tennis courts back in the day, but who cares about tennis?
Meta, right?
This was in the St. Louis area that I was
Oh.
talking about.
Tennis is better,
Yeah.
but
there was a group of girls that showed up again, extremely hot when we're playing. They walked in, warmed up, and then they just left. They were there for like 8 minutes. I'm like, why are you here? Why did you even show up to the pickleball court? Are you here just for pics?
I was going to say that. I was going to say one follow-up question. How many pictures did they take?
I wasn't really staring at the other girls. I was playing against Lauren because I'm like, I got to beat you. I got to beat you in this game. This is important.
And that's your lady friend.
Yes. But I'm like, I just look back. I'm like, where did they go? And like, they legitimately were there for like less than 10 minutes. Also, the amount of guys, very much frat boy-esque vibes, high school, college, that showed up in like sandals and the cheapest paddles you've seen in your life. I'm like,
wood?
Oh, probably wood or just the worst plastic ever. I'm like,
says Franklin on it.
Why are you here? Why are you here? I could obliterate you guys.
Obliterate.
But Lauren didn't want to play doubles. So
lame.
We didn't get to destroy all these random frat dudes who were also being disrespectful to women. Don't be disrespectful to women.
Typical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Fireworks went off. Boom, bang, boom, boom, bang. No drones. Not a big fan of the drones, really. I'm more
drone
of a fireworks
shows?
guy. Yeah. What are your thoughts when people are like, let's do drones instead of fireworks?
Oh, fireworks for sure.
Yeah.
This country wasn't built on drones flying overhead and shooting down our enemies.
Yeah.
This country was built on explosions and telling people that they can shove it in loud noises.
Here's what I want. I want there to be a drone show, but then an impromptu fireworks show the drones don't know about, and they're shooting the drones out of the air.
That would be awesome.
That would be the coolest thing ever.
If we could shoot drones out of the air, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, with fireworks.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so much more fun.
I went to Mulan. You remember when she had like the dragon head thing and she shot at the mountain? I want to do that to a drone.
Yeah. or the Roman candles. Use some of those also.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be sweet.
That
Whatever
actually,
drone you hit down, you get to keep.
Dang it. That actually brings up something that happened on my 4th of July.
One more thing on my 4th, and then you're good. One of the biggest highlights, though, was getting 60 cent drinks from On the Run because the Cardinals scored 6 runs the day before.
And 6 is a serious number.
It is a serious number. If you're a Cardinals fan, you know. And we went to the gas station on the way up to the Innsbruck place, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, this is the day. You can get any size drink you want. And I got a large slushie that was way too sweet, but it was kind of fun getting it for 60 cents and finally get to partake in this thing I heard about for so long. So
I've always said you are similar to a large slushie.
Thanks. So how's your 4th?
So on the 3rd, I went to Pretty Ricky's house and for some firework shenanigans.
Boom, bang.
And so one of the things he said while we were there is he wanted to shoot Roman candles at each other. And
Ricky, he's about to get married.
Well, he asked me and Jake if we wanted to do that. And I said, I'm 29 years old. I'm not doing that. And he said, well, what if we shot him at my brothers? I said, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. So he yelled at his teenage brothers. They were like 15, 17, and 20. Like, get out there and run back and forth. And we were shooting Roman candles.
Did they ever get hit?
One of them got hit in the neck.
Or did they go down?
No, they were fine. And it was just hilarious as we're shooting. They're like,
That's insane.
And it was great. And
why do people get injured on the 4th? I don't know.
I don't know. And
yeah.
People are shooting bottle rockets out of their hand. They're not like shooting them off of a thing. They're like holding them as it just shoots out of their hand. I was like, that's crazy. I'm like, I get nervous holding smoke bombs in my hand.
I need to show you a video later. One of my friends whose family has like a giant place in Franklin, Tennessee, the Christian music capital of the world.
True.
And they put it on a giant 4th of July show each year. And I saw videos where I'm like, this is insane. I need to go here someday. Because I forgot they did this. And he told me about it at one point, like years ago. So hopefully I still have an open invite someday.
Explosions.
But they had so many fireworks going. I think they had like a line of people all holding like bottle rockets as they were exploding into the air. And I'm like, what is happening? This is amazing. So much America. So much America. It's ridiculous. But,
I know a guy who got 1st-degree burns on the 1st or on the 4th.
1st degree. So 4th degree burns?
1st-degree burns on the 4th.
So 4th 1st degree burns.
Yes.
Okay.
And so he got that. And so it was crazy. Like, it was so crazy at Pretty Ricky's house that the girls were inside hiding.
That's what girls do.
Yeah,
whenever you do anything fun outside, they just go inside to hide and gossip.
And gossip. And so they were doing that. And then I went to my stepsister's house for the 4th of July. Radically different vibe. And
what's your stepsister's name?
Danielle.
Danielle.
She's the one who sold me my current
Dane.
car.
Oh, shout out Danielle.
Yes. Danielle and Nathan, her husband, sold me the current car because their car was great and they wanted to get a new car.
Yeah.
So
we talked about it.
Yeah, here we are. And so that was pretty fun. I bought $250 of fireworks. and
Ooh.
including one that was like really scary, but it was really cool when it went off.
Yeah.
By really scary, I mean like it was like witch, like demon person.
Don't. You can't play with witches.
Well, I didn't. I asked the guy at the fireworks stand, "Hey, what's the best finishing firework?" And he said, "Well, do you want something that's going to spray all over the place? How big of an acre are we talking about here?" And I was like, "That's a great question." And I was like, let's just say let's go have it go in the air." And he goes,
Yeah.
"All right, this one right here for sure." And I said, "Deal." And I bought it. It was like $100 just for this thing.
Talk
And
about burning up money.
oh yeah, it was really cool though. And we were like playing. We were showing the kids how to shoot off fireworks and whatnot. And I was like, they need more like little kid fireworks, and so it ended up being pretty cool. It rained that night, blah blah blah. But the 4th was really cool, except for things that happened later on the day before the 4th, or whatever day that was.
Is that getting into grind your gears, or is that not?
Yeah, later.
Okay.
But
okay.
I also, in the past like week or so, I taught on anger at the young adult ministry. That was pretty cool. People exactly.
Sorry.
People came up to me afterwards. They were telling me, they're like, "We liked it. It was really cool." It was actually really quiet while I was teaching
Because they were like locked in, or they felt convicted.
both, and
Nice.
it wasn't a very funny sermon. So,
Valid.
which I was like,
Which is honestly kind of
Yeah.
a good sermon.
I don't know
if
how
it's
to make-
always funny and people
Yeah.
are laughing. It's like you need to be.
well, I don't
you
know how
have
to make
some-
anger funny either.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And speaking of funny, we had Pretty Ricky's rehearsal dinner the other night, and
So it's still going through.
still going through.
Wedding.
He gets married tomorrow,
Dang.
and so by the time you're listening to this, he will be married.
He'll be off the market officially.
Finally,
Huh.
thank
Dane,
goodness.
you have options.
Finally, yeah.
Get the prettiest man out of Springfield, or
Yeah.
get him married. I guess.
Yeah, get him married. That's always idea number one.
And
Get him married.
Protestant, right?
He is Protestant.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, Mormon, you're in danger.
Yeah, that's true. So the wedding's outside, and we were sweating bullets the other
Yeah.
day. It was crazy.
Outdoor. We talked about this before. Outdoor weddings in summer.
Terrible idea.
What are you doing?
This is July 12th, and you're like, let's do an outdoor wedding.
Yeah.
No. But don't tell her that until after the wedding.
Yeah. Like again, just really quick. The only way I see that making sense is if you have a ton of land and it's on like your farm or something.
In the
but
shade
if you're
somewhere.
paying to go somewhere
Yeah.
for an outdoor wedding, don't get married.
What don't get married. It's crazy. But go somewhere else.
Just go to the courthouse and like tell us about it, and we'll tell you congrats from the
Yeah.
air conditioning of our own homes.
Yeah. Take a page out of our overlord, Taylor Swift's
Yes.
playbook.
Yeah, go to MSG.
Go to MSG and get married in there and have Adam Sandler officiate.
We can have Lauren come on the podcast at some point to break that down because she's
Yeah.
angry at everything.
Well, yeah, she was flabbergasted by that.
Everything's so dumb.
This would have been the bigger than a royal wedding.
Everything's so dumb.
I don't care. But it would have been a bigger than royal wedding experience if she had done anything.
Yeah,
Honestly.
supposedly they're not making a Netflix documentary, but
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Until you get
Right.
sorry, billions and billions and billions of dollars.
And I'm Taylor Swift. I don't want to make more money.
You're Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
How's Travis?
Great. I hate him. But at his rehearsal dinner, Pretty Ricky's rehearsal dinner,
Yes.
we were at the point where we're eating the food and whatnot, and then open mic time, right? People get up, they share a bunch of stuff.
Oh no.
And then, everybody always looks at me and they go, "Dang, go say something."
He's like, you got a podcast. Come on,
And-
guys.
Well, they just know I'm cool talking in front of people and I'll say something funny.
Yeah.
And
You have a lot of experience in front of the mic.
oh yeah. And so I'm just like, all right. And I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to come up with something. I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. How do I tie this into something nice?
How you doing,
And-
Springfield?
So somebody gets up, it was a girl, shared something nice. And then I stand up and a collective, oh no.
And then you're like, no, don't say this. I want to have like zero expectations.
Right. And everyone's like, oh boy, here we
He's
go.
gonna be funny. And they say something like, this isn't funny. I don't get it.
Yeah, now you have to be funny. And so I get up there and I go, well, I was thinking through a bunch of stories of time that I've gotten to know Ricky. It's like been over 2 years now. And I thought of a story that involves both Ricky and Anna. And so there we were, April 1st. And Ricky loves pulling pranks and doing things. And so does our staff. We all work together. And so
Yeah.
this day we were dressing up like one of the groomsmen. We all wore one of the groomsmen. We all wore quarter zips that day, and someone in the back who knows that groomsman laughs a lot. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Thank you, Rick." And he was the only person who laughed during that. And I was like,
yeah.
"It's not what I was talking about, though." And so we're blowing this prank, and then I get a text from Ricky, and it's a picture of a sonogram that says "Baby Mills coming October 2026." And I was like, "Whatever, dude." And then he says, "Quote, should I send this to the staff chat?" And I said,
Send it.
Quote.
Send it.
"If I was you, I wouldn't send this."
Yeah.
And then right about that time, his fiance at the time, and who he's married to as of tomorrow, comes over to my desk. Hi, Dane. How's it going? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, hey, have you seen what your fiance sent me? And showed him this. And then she goes, oh my goodness, yeah, I know. He sent that to me too. I told him that was incredibly stupid and not funny and to not send it to the staff chat.
And then he's still asking you.
As soon as she says that to me, bzzz,
He dropped it in the chat.
I look at my phone and in the staff chat, Ricky Mills shared a photo.
No, Ricky.
I click on it and it's that photo.
And she's right by you?
She's right by me.
And she's like, what the heck?
She goes, oh my goodness, he's so stupid. And
we need a job if we're getting married.
I know. And clearly it's April Fool's, blah, blah, blah. And so everybody said in the staff chat, like, everybody, like, some people thought it was funny, like, whatever.
And everybody's like, oh no.
The only people who said something were the people who were actually mad about it. They said, Ricky, this is how rumors get started. This isn't funny. Why would you do this? And he doesn't say anything, of course. Of which I find out afterwards he got permission from one of our pastors, and he goes, yeah, that's funny.
Was it the one that works with you the most, or was it one of the top guys?
It was Michael.
Yeah,
And Michael's like, yeah, that's funny. And then everybody else is getting offended on his behalf. I'm like, guys, calm down. It's funny. Everybody's like, whatever about it. You don't have to get mad about it, is my point.
The funniest prank was he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
September's like, whoa.
No, he was lying.
That's insane.
And so I am telling this story in front of the bride's father.
Yes.
And then I was like, and this is just the kind of guy that Ricky is, and everybody laughs. And I go, yeah, he's a big prankster, but he loves extreme sports and meeting people that way. That's actually how I met him. I met him playing an extreme sport. And
wiffle ball.
Pickleball. Yeah.
When I say wiffle ball, man.
Somebody's like, that's an extreme sport. And I say, sure is, the way I play it. And,
Got laughs there?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I got to tell him, like, oh, he loves these sports and doing all these things, but he loves doing it with these people most. And actually, he's very inviting and welcoming and selfless. And Anna is much of the same. And I think that's going to be the theme of their house as they combine ministries. Blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
Gross. So that was the rehearsal dinner. And now they're getting married to those two kids tomorrow.
Nice. Well, let us know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Next
Outside. Yeah.
week. Yeah.
It was hot the other day.
I already know what your grind your gears is going to be next week. So.
You guys are.
Oh, man. That was a preemptive grind your gears. Well, grinds my gears is, I think we've talked about before briefly, but streaming services, there's too many of them.
Yeah.
And they're getting too many events that are just annoying. Like, sure,
Yes.
have your streaming services with random movies or TV shows, whatever.
Yes.
But when you start stealing what I had access to for free on TV,
Yes.
i.e., the home run freaking derby, I'm not happy. Because all of a sudden, the day this episode drops, the home run derby is tonight.
On Monday.
And there's 8 guys in it, one of which is Jordan Walker.
Goat.
Yes, the Cardinals all-star who turned his life around, his
Quite
playing
literally.
career. And he's going to be in it. And I'm like, I don't have Netflix. Now I have to find someone who has Netflix. This is stupid. This is so incredibly dumb. And it's like exclusively on Netflix. I'm like, well, before it was exclusively free if you had a TV.
That's true.
And I'm like, why are you stealing all these? I know it's even worse if you like watch the NFL. You have to have so many different things.
You have Peacock. You got to have ESPN. You got to have DirecTV.
Yeah.
You got to have CBS Sports.
I know for
Paramount
baseball,
Plus.
the only other thing that comes to mind like immediately is when Albert Pujols hit his 700th career home run a few years ago. You know, it'll be great to have your like normal announcers having it on TV who know you, who've seen you play, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, we had the Apple TV broadcasters who are just the worst people in the world announce Albert Pujols' 700th home run. I'm like, this is dumb. This is so dumb that you're getting these exclusive events, especially sports events. And it grinds my gears so much. I hate it. It's dumb. Like, stop it.
You should sue
Stop
them.
it. I
sue
should.
Netflix, sue the home run derby.
Yeah, it's getting way out of hand. It used to be so much better. Like, you just would have your cable, have everything. You're good. Casually, Netflix was the only thing if you wanted extra streaming, and I was like, everything's streaming. So you have to have a cable package of streaming.
True.
With the cable package. I'm like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
I hate everything.
Because like TNT still isn't a thing. Like you got to watch stuff on that. And a TBS, and there's playoff baseball and basketball in those.
I miss the olden days, the good old days.
The good old days.
The good old days for
Fox
watching
Sports
sports.
1.
And then it's also just way harder to watch, like just immediately watch something. Like you have to like turn on the TV, scroll to an app, let it load forever, and then find the random channel compared to before. Turn on, oh, it's on. Turn episode, oh, I'm there in 4 seconds.
Yeah. And don't you dare try to flip it to a different channel.
Yeah.
Because then you got to redo the whole process to try and get back to that TV show you're watching.
It's so much worse.
Because like on Sundays during football season, I'll flip back and forth between the two games that are on.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, wow, this and this. But if it's on CBS, you got to have Paramount Plus. And I'm just like, well, I want to watch the Chiefs game, but I don't actually care about the Chiefs game that much. I just want to see their downfall and their demise.
Yes.
And be able to talk to the Chiefs fans around here.
Yeah.
And so then now I'm just like, it's a lot. And it's getting to be more than having just a cable subscription.
Yeah. It used like everything, while they're trying to make it better and more
It's not
simple,
better.
is making everything way more complicated. And that's honestly in like all parts of life with like phones, TVs, electronics,
Beds.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, it used to be so much better.
Well, and what was it? Oh, yeah, with streaming services, the whole idea behind streaming services is there was no ads and no commercials.
And now they have all the ads.
Now there's ads.
And it's like, hey, we'll still up your price barely, but now you also get ads. And if you want no ads, you have to pay twice as much. I'm like,
yeah.
you got people in, and now you're just making it so much worse.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like they're greedy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm
It's
teaching on greed
insane.
this week at
The only
the
streaming
industry.
services out there, and I quote, should be Spotify for music,
Yep.
Netflix for everything else,
Sure.
and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Those
Yeah.
two things.
And maybe a food service.
Maybe.
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 But also,
But that's
you
what
know
grind
who
my
has
gears.
Netflix?
Who?
Japanese Jake. I wanted to break out that nickname mostly.
I sit right next to him at work. Did I ever say that? We're back to back now.
I didn't know that.
I just turn around. I'm like, oh, there you are. Hey.
Maybe you and Daniel Reed will be back to back to back
Yeah, we were talking.
with Jakey Poo.
If Daniel makes it in, I think he should.
That's true.
He would be a great fit there.
Oh, yeah. Make
Man.
some monies.
Us three there. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Honestly, yeah. If you told me like 2 years ago
No,
that
it's like
you
all
three
of
would
us
be
at
working
the
together
same
there,
place.
I'd
Like,
be like,
whoa, what? And like, Sam, you're doing accounting there, right? No,
Nope.
no. We're all doing the
It's
same
something
thing.
way more fun.
Yeah, it's insane, but it's good. It's way better than public accounting.
Yeah, it is. Your workplace culture is great now.
Oh man, good
So-
times. So you saw homeless people?
Yeah, what grinds my gears is twice this week.
You saw-
No,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
see them. I got harassed.
okay,
Twice.
I was like,
Yeah.
what grinds my gears? Homeless people. I'm like, dang, don't go down this route.
No, homeless people harassing us twice. Because last night, I'll tell the least
you
funny
don't
one.
even play wiffle ball in the square downtown where you have
Yeah.
all the homeless people watching.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that part.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
last night we were playing volleyball, and this guy starts running over, and he goes, "Hey, hey!" And I'm
That sounds like Jake.
Oh my
That's how
God,
Jake
man.
says, "Hey, hey."
That's true. He does say it that way. And he's like,
Are
"Hey!"
you sure it wasn't Jake?
And well, no, it kind of
Okay.
looked like Jake. But
Yeah.
this guy comes over, and he's just like, "Listen, guys, F, man, F." And I'm like, "What?"
Just like
Yes.
the beginning of our episode.
Exactly. And I'm like, or we're like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "You guys are the future of America, man. You got to keep it going." And we're like,
Like we're
playing volleyball. Yeah. Okay. And he goes, "No, you got to keep it going." And oh man, I'll get the ball for you. And then he looks at the fence. He's like, I can't throw that hard.
Oh, so it went over the fence?
That's how we got to know him a little bit. Is that he was throwing us a volleyball.
How did you guys
bat.
hit it? That fence is high.
I know I didn't hit it over, but
That's nuts.
I was focused on winning.
Yeah.
And some side note, somebody else told me that he's not there for the competition. He's there for the friendship. And I said,
Get out of here.
I
Leave.
said to
You're
him.
out of this ministry. Go somewhere else.
I was like, no, we don't do that here in America.
If you compete, you should compete to win.
Right.
You compete to win the race. That's
Yeah.
biblical.
If you're here for the friendship, go sit down on the sidelines.
It's just the friends we
And
made along the way. That's
Yeah.
what losers say.
That's true.
I didn't want to win.
Ask
I don't care.
That's Germany. How many friends they made?
Yeah, man. And that blew up in their face.
Yeah, and look what we got from France from being friends with them.
We
The
got Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
Man.
French fries, Victor Wembanyama,
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
Man.
Anyways, I digress.
Yes.
So that guy was yelling at us, but the funnier one was when we were at the young adult ministry this past week, and
Actually at Hill City area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
And-
where I'd more likely I feel like you'd see the homeless people.
oh yeah,
Because over where you played volleyball, that's
Yeah.
not exactly a hot spot.
I know that guy ends up quitting and walking off on into the sunset.
I say to the street.
That
If
too.
that also happens.
Maybe, yeah. But this guy walks up to the young adult ministry, and I walk outside, and he's like, what's going on? Why won't you let me in? And I turn and I look at this guy, and there's a different guy telling him like, hey, you can't come in here. And I go, hey, come here. And I was like, talk to me. And he goes, this guy won't let me in. And I go, well, why won't he let you in? And he goes, I don't know. And I go, what's your name? And then he goes, Franklin.
Franklin.
And he's wearing like a mask over himself. And I'm like, okay.
Like a mask cover whole face?
No, just his mouth, like a COVID mask.
Okay. Did you tell him it's done?
No, and
Okay.
I was trying to get to know him
It's
first.
kind of like the indigenous tribes who've never been like communicated to before. He might not know.
Maybe.
It's done.
I don't know.
Okay.
But he's like, Franklin. And I said, well, what are you doing here, Franklin? And he goes, I got here 40 years ago. And I said, okay. I don't know that I really asked that. And then I go, well, Franklin, like, what's going on tonight? What's up with you? And he goes, well, I used to be addicted to meth. And I said, okay. In my head, I was like, strike one. And
okay.
then I was like, okay. And he goes, and I'm on suspended probation. And I said, strike two.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's crazy, Franklin. I was like, well, this is our young adult ministry.
Suspended probation. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I thought you'd be on probation or you're off probation. What is suspended probation?
I don't know.
Is that what Wilson Contreras is on right now?
Pretty much. Yeah. I didn't ask him because it wasn't going to be productive.
That's valid. Okay.
But then,
strike three is coming up?
that was strike two. And then I said, well, that's crazy, Franklin. This is our young adult ministry. So how old are you, Franklin? He goes, I'm 62. And I said, that's strike three, Franklin.
Yeah, you're not young.
And he's drinking one of our root beers. I don't know where he got the root beer from. It was from our cooler for sure, but he was already drinking it when I got out there. And I go, well, let's go look at the sunset. Franklin's trying to get him away from everybody. Yeah. And he's over there and he goes, well, why won't you let me in? I said, I'm not saying I won't let you in. I was saying, how about you come back on Sunday and let's find some people that are like closer to your age and see if they want to connect with you. And you can be with some people that are just like you. And he goes, no, what, you think you're better than me? And it's not what I said, Franklin. And he goes, no, you think you're better than me. You know what? I don't need this. You guys aren't going to give me any money anyways. I'm going to the square where they will give me money. Spikes the root beer in front of me and walks off.
Did the root beer get on you?
No, I got on the road, but I was just
that's
like...
a long walk to the square.
Yeah,
I wonder if I see Franklin when I play wiffle ball in the square.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I just said, all right, have a good night, Franklin. I'll see you
later.
Yeah, I was like, see you later. And he walked off. And so I was like, all right, see you later. And so that was kind of crazy, but it was also like, you
feel bad too.
You feel bad and you want to help, but it's also like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. And I was offering basically to help. And then he goes, nope, you think you're better than me. You won't let me in this right now. I'm like, Franklin, I wouldn't let any 62-year-old into this place. I would say, weird. Why are you here? And let alone, it's malpractice if I let somebody who used to be addicted to meth and is on probation
when you're trying to keep people safe.
Yeah.
And then everything else too.
I was like, no, Franklin, you can't be in here. So I was like, see you later, Franklin. So that's what kind of grounded my gears this week on top of what happened.
Well,
in sports.
Hopefully he does randomly show up on Sunday or something. But yeah, that's always unfortunate trying to deal with that. I know there's a lot of like mental health issues in their communities, which is not good. So
no bueno.
Pray for them. That'll be good. And sports talk.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually? No. Emotionally?
Yes. We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks,
and fourth quarter comebacks.
But most importantly,
no
soccer! So we're talking about the World Cup.
Yeah.
No, we're not. Because that is soccer.
And
the USA already lost, so it doesn't matter anymore.
No, it matters.
Yeah. LeBron James, he's a free agent.
He is.
He's leaving the Lakers. We don't know where he's going next. And
where do you think he's going to go?
See, there's rumors that he could go back to the Cavs to end his career. Also get Bronny traded there because he stayed with the Lakers just long enough where Bronny got his guaranteed money for next year. Shout out LeBron.
Crazy.
And then the next day he's like, yeah, I'm out. Peace. So there's rumors he could go there. Rumors he could go back to the Heat. There's a few other like championship level teams. There was rumors he would have gone to the Knicks if they didn't win the championship.
That's right. That's what Rich Paul said.
Yeah, or maybe he just said that because the Knicks are like, yeah, we don't really want you, but he still would help the team.
Yeah.
I want him to go to the Warriors.
I know.
I think it'll be fun.
It'd be so
because
fun.
At the same time, like this is not what Kevin Durant did.
Yeah, not the same
Steph
at all.
Curry's like 38. LeBron's like 42. Draymond Green's an upper 30s
35,
as well.
yeah.
You get all, and then Anthony Davis they'll try to trade for.
Oh, man.
You get all the old guys, and Loki,
the Avengers.
if they stay healthy, I think that team could do some damage,
They could
especially with some of
be-
their young guys randomly in the mix. Like they could mess around and do something.
They would mess around, yeah.
yeah.
It would be like close to like like best four seed, like 4 seed. That's what I'm guessing if they did that.
With like a chance to potentially,
If they all stayed healthy,
Yeah.
mostly.
yeah, if they stay healthy, like I would like that team.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to watch.
They honestly would need Anthony Davis because they need more
Yeah.
defense
Yeah.
at that point. And Anthony
bring
Davis would
bring
be great.
Dwight Howard out of a
No, absolutely not.
no, you need. I would like it, and then some people. I hate sports announcers
I
or
hate
sports like analysts or whatever else. They're like, oh, this is why he's not the GOAT because he's trying to team up with all the best guys. I'm like, this dude has played in the NBA for 24 years and he's like 42.
He is
Who
42.
cares what he does right now? And whatever team he joins, even if there are other all-stars, he will still be one of the best players and still contribute and still average over 20 points a game.
He'd be crazy.
It's insane. But I don't know. They said supposedly he's not anywhere close to a decision, but
He's taking all of July. He just doesn't
I
want to
know.
go to training camp.
I know, which probably right.
That's what NFL players do.
Yeah.
And so he's doing the same thing.
I know Aaron Rodgers did that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I want to see him with the Warriors. I think it would be fun to see. Like,
Most fun? Yes. That's
Yes.
where I would want to see him.
if he's most likely to win a championship, you got to go. I know Nuggets were thrown around. The Timberwolves were thrown around.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting there with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo.
LaMelo.
Yeah.
I think he should go there if he wants to try and win a championship.
Yeah.
Because Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert can play really good
Oh, I forgot
defense
they
for
go there
them.
too. Yeah, they could.
And Jaden McDaniels, great defensive players right there.
I think whatever team gets LeBron, I think there's a very good chance that team becomes one of the favorites to win the championship
Yeah.
because he'll go to whatever team has a good chance, and then he'll like if
Yeah.
he's hypothetically your fourth option,
Right.
your team is very, very, very good.
Well, and he would get LaMelo to like actually be an adult for once.
Yeah.
And so that would be huge because if LaMelo just could focus, he
Be like,
would be
hey,
a
I
great
play with
player.
Lonzo and I got rid of him. You better
Yeah.
be good here. I will send you away.
That would be a great starting five. He could play the 4, so he doesn't have to necessarily like defend on the perimeter as much.
He doesn't have to be the point guard.
Yeah,
Like,
but he can be, and so
I like it.
that would be.
LeBron's still fun to watch, and I want to
Yeah.
see where he goes. And I need to see him play a game live next year.
Oh,
I need to
that'd
see
be
him in
cool.
person at least one time.
Wherever
Hopefully when
you
he plays
go,
the
I'll go.
Thunder. Yeah. See him play the Thunder.
I've never been to an NBA game. I would
I
love
haven't
to
either.
go to that.
Let's try to figure it out.
We should figure it out.
Yeah, and
But-
then I almost went to my first career game ever for Game 7 with the Spurs and Thunder, and then wasn't able to make it.
You should have went to that.
I already had another commitment, and I'm like,
That's one of those ones you cancel that commitment.
It's like,
I
hey,
don't
what's
care.
your first game you ever went to? Yeah, Game 7 of the Spurs and Thunder
Epic series?
in OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Yeah, where Wemby dethrones the defending champs in a pretty good game too.
And then they went on to lose the
well, yeah,
championship.
that was sad. But either way, so where I want him to go, Warriors would be cool, Minnesota would be cool, even Denver would be cool.
I don't feel like the Cavs would be a super great fit other than hometown.
Yeah, well,
Heat, I don't think would be super great either.
that would be a trash team.
yeah.
They would be about as good as the Warriors,
Because the Heat just
but
made
not
that
as fun.
giant trade and got rid of guys.
Yeah,
didn't they?
Giannis. So it'd be Bam.
Oh, wait, they have Giannis.
Yeah, you have Giannis.
Oh, okay, so it'll be interesting, but
Bam, Giannis, and LeBron, and basically nobody else.
and no defense.
Yeah, and Andrew Wiggins would be there. No point guard still. LeBron would
Yeah.
have to play point guard.
I think
is crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm
No
excited.
shooting
I'm
at all on
excited
that
for him
team.
to leave the Lakers because I have not liked cheering for the Lakers, but I
Right.
do because I cheer for LeBron because I don't have an actual team. I
Right.
just like to see LeBron do well because that's that's like what people did with Michael Jordan.
Right.
He was my Michael Jordan, so I'm like, with no team being close, I'll cheer for whatever team you're on.
Right.
So I was a Cavs fan, Heat fan, Cavs fan, Lakers fan.
Laker fan.
Yeah.
Now,
Soon to be potential Warriors fan.
right. Where do I think LeBron's going to go?
Yep. Pistons.
No.
Cup. Piston Cup.
Piston
He
Cup.
won his cup? Yeah.
I think he's going to go back to Cleveland. Because it's not so much the fit, it's more the narrative.
Yeah.
And he
But
would-
also, he could get another championship.
yeah.
Yeah.
They would have a really good team. They'd be a top 2 or 3 seed.
And also, if he went there, I've read, I don't know if it's completely true. I've heard they've left a spot open where they could trade for Bronny if LeBron went there.
yeah. And, they
And
could-
the Lakers would give them Bronny if they wanted
Second
Bronny.
round pick,
They're
yeah,
like, we
that's all
don't
it
care.
costs,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Take
and
it.
so he goes there. James Harden signed a new deal there. Donovan Mitchell got an extension already there.
Forgot that the Cavs were actually decent this past
Yeah.
year.
Evan Mobley, Jared Allen.
Because they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And then they
Yeah.
got beat up by the Knicks.
Yeah.
Forgot about this.
Yeah. And their biggest struggle is having like a true leader on the team. And so if you bring LeBron there, the only thing I question is perimeter defense because you'd have LeBron,
Harden
who's
isn't playing
old now.
defense.
Harden has never played defense, and Donovan Mitchell's too small to play defense.
Yeah, Donovan got that big deal too.
Yeah, he signed an extension. So everybody's speculating that's them being like, hey, Donovan, we're going to bring him in. We love you. We want you to be on this deal.
Did they already do the NBA draft, right? Or is
Yes.
that not-
Yes.
I'm curious. I wonder who they got.
So now Philadelphia is the other one that I'm like,
Forgot about them.
maybe. I could see it maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't.
I don't really see him in Philadelphia.
I think the narrative is too strong for him to be like, oh, I'm not going to go back to Cleveland. It's got to be Cleveland. Where it
Cleveland
starts
or
with-
Warriors.
Yeah, if like
You team up with the guy you had all the ultimate battles with.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
that would be cool.
The craziest, like,
Best
again,
ticket in
if
town.
Steph somehow did not, if Steph wasn't there, LeBron would legitimately be in the conversation for the greatest player of all time because he would probably have at least 2, if not 3 more championships.
He'd be up there.
Yeah.
Steph was great.
Yeah. But
And-
because Steph had to fight him
Oh man.
with Kevin Durant and Draymond
Afterwards,
Green and Klay
yeah.
Thompson.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to go back to Cleveland. I see that. That feels like the overwhelming favorite. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Everywhere else feels like kind of clunky
Yeah.
or wouldn't work, and he's already got homes there. I just see him
And I don't
going
know if he
there.
can buy another home somewhere else.
Right, he
That's
doesn't have enough
that's
money.
the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other quick little thing is the All-Star game is coming up. Like I mentioned, the Home Run Derby is tonight if you're listening on the release day. Jordan Walker, our All-Star, is in the Home Run Derby, so that should be fun to watch. I will find Netflix somewhere. Also, JJ Weatherholt, he's not in the All-Star game, even though he should have been. But he just got a big extension with the Cardinals that
Yep.
bought out 2 or 3 years of free agencies, so it
I
solidifies.
think it was 2 years.
Yeah, so it solidifies he'll be in the lineup for the Cardinals through like 2034 or 2034, 2035. And it's also good because by doing this deal now, they won't have to have all those dumb arguments over arbitration and
Yep.
make people maybe hate
Huge.
each other.
Yep.
So then that makes it more likely if he's still really good that maybe they can sign him for the rest of his career as well.
Yeah. According or to my understanding, so you have 6 years, 3 pre-arbitration and 3 arbitration years that happens. And so this is rookie year. So
Yeah.
these are pre-arbitration years.
Getting paid like $1 million a year, give or take.
Yeah, very little dollars. And then you get into the league arbitration, you start making more money depending on how good you
And
are.
if he's playing really good, sorry, you keep going.
Yeah. And then he bought out the first 2 years of his free agency. So it was 8 years, 112 million. And so it through his age 31 season, we have him, which is great.
And those first 2 years of arbitration, as long as he's doing what he's doing now, he probably would have got 20 plus million a year.
right.
And then assuming he became a free agent and he's playing that well, he probably would have been getting potentially 30 million plus a year.
Right.
It makes sense. Keeps him in the good graces with the Cardinals. They'll probably save a little bit of money, assuming that he keeps performing like he is currently and maybe gets better.
Well,
But, yeah.
and one thing they're talking about in the new collective bargaining agreement
Forgot about that stuff
Maybe
happening
next
next
year?
year. Yeah.
is they're talking about having max contracts, max length.
And then you get them solidified longer. Forgot about that
because
part.
it's already in existence,
Which-
which they would nullify.
Yeah, there's a good chance the Cardinals try to do this with a few other guys before all that happens, i.e. the Jordan Walkers, Michael McGreevy's, potentially a Herrera type,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Get as many people locked down as you can at a good price so
Yeah.
that way that bargaining deal doesn't necessarily affect you a lot immediately.
And all those guys that you listed are guys I'm a fan of extending. Walker, I'm nervous that it's
I
going
am
to cost
too.
a lot of money.
I don't know though, because
Yeah.
still he has this one outlier year,
Hmm.
but I'm like, he probably also knows like something crazy could happen and they like the guaranteed money. I mean, his
Yeah.
deal would probably be slightly higher than JJ's,
Right.
but I don't think it'll be extreme. Yeah, just because he's
What-
still having to prove himself.
My guess would be like 6 years, 150.
That'd be like the biggest deal ever in Cardinals history,
It-
which
yeah.
is insane.
But that is insane.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, man, that would be wild. And also, don't hate it.
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
I think you just bite the bullet and you try to get it done, and then you see what happens.
Herrera, I don't know what we'd do for him.
I think you'd give him. I don't know what the money would look like. I think you get
He'd
similar.
be like 5 for 100.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little over 100 million.
Yeah.
Again, with him being more of a DH primarily.
Right.
And then I wouldn't be surprised if they try to extend Raynel Rodriguez, who's in the minor leagues right now, who's 19.
Brunel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get him a big deal.
I hope so. They should do the same thing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, but that's all my sports talk. We're kind of going a little bit long, but you have some quick hits.
Team USA peed the bed.
Oh, we are talking about soccer now?
Yes.
We can't. Well, actually, no. We're just going to say in general, Team USA peed the bed.
They did. And I was so upset when we played Belgium. We got our president, Donnie, called in a favor to FIFA and got the red card overturned on Balogun, our best player.
Yeah.
Or our second best player. And then so he plays, and he's the only person in the game who actually looked like he could be on the field with Belgium.
I wasn't able to watch the game, but I saw them just falling behind. I'm like,
oh my
that
goodness.
stinks.
And it was awful because they scored in like the first 9 minutes, and all because guys are sitting there just watching the ball instead of acting on the ball. And so Belgium scores, and then the U.S. scores off of a free kick after that. Okay, we're right back in it. And then like 2 minutes later, they score again. And again, it's because our defenders are not getting back. And so then the third goal happens, and Matt Freese, our beloved, he's not beloved, he sucks, goalkeeper, absolutely pulls one of the worst things I've ever seen on a soccer field ever. I haven't seen a lot of soccer, but I've seen embarrassing moments, and that looked like one of them.
What did he do again?
He basically, he ran out of his box, and all he had to do was touch the ball and, just punt it to the other side of the field. That's what he should have done.
Yeah.
But he fakes the kick. A guy basically, runs up to him and, battles the ball away from him. Now it's an open goal situation because he came out of the goal. Yeah. And it was just looked clunky and ugly, and they scored this third goal. Now it's 3-1. And then later in the game, it became 4-1. And the crazy part is later in the game, they brought on their 3 best players. They did not start their 3 best players, Belgium.
That's insane.
Just to taunt us. And honestly, to get ready for Spain, who they ended up losing to yesterday.
I don't care.
2-1.
Let's play them in American football and see who wins. Let's play them in baseball. Let's play them in basketball. Let's play them in any sport that actually matters.
Dang it.
And then let's see how you do.
I want to beat them in their sport too, though.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's got to be ours.
Yeah.
And the guys in the post game said it perfectly. They said there's levels to this. America's not on Belgium's level, and Belgium's not a top 8 team. They were they were number 9. America was 17. And they're like, yeah, America, you need to get more serious about playing soccer if you want to actually be good on this stage. You're not close. You can't even hang with Belgium. Belgium didn't even start some of their best players and was waxing the floor with you.
Again, it's because if you're a superstar athlete, you do sports other than soccer in the U.S., and you make mega bank.
That's true. And Pulisic, in that game, our best player, Captain America, supposed to be our LeBron James of soccer, ended up getting a microfracture in his foot in the game. And then at the end of the game, he said, it's good because I'll need this time to rest up and heal.
Don't say that after the game.
He got eviscerated in the media. People were like, you can rest after you win a World Cup. How about that?
Yeah, you don't say that.
Yeah, we don't care about AC Milan, your club team that you play for. We care about Team USA, and you absolutely pooped the bed.
Yeah.
And speaking of other things I'm mad about, the Boston Celtics gave away Jaylen Brown for a bag of chips and a ham sandwich.
Okay.
It's unreal. They traded our beloved Jaylen Brown for Pandemic P, Paul George.
Aren't you only a Celtics fan because of Jason Tatum?
No, because of NBA 2K13 or 11. I don't remember.
Okay.
Because my player was drafted by the Celtics. And so I've been a Celtics fan since either 2011 or 2013.
Yeah.
And Jaylen Brown drafted 2018, Jason Tatum in 2019, or 17 and 18 actually. And they lead us to a championship in 24. They're the Jays. They're 2 really good wing players who we have coexisted together. And then they offer him in the Giannis trade, Jaylen Brown. And
they don't get it done.
Don't get it done. And it comes out that he was in the deal. Jalen's mad about it. So then the Celtics feel like they have to trade him. But you don't have to take this deal. You can take any deal. Any deal that doesn't get Paul George back and 2 terrible first-round picks, because now Philadelphia is going to be a good team. Paul George is, 7 or 8 years older and making the same money as Jaylen Brown. I'm like, what are we doing? And rumor has it is that Michael Porter was out there and 3 first-round picks, and I was like, that would have been a better deal. We also didn't have to make this deal right now. We could have waited until close to the season, but we pulled the trigger, and now the Celtics are just going to be bad.
Why wouldn't you go for the Michael Porter trade?
Yeah, because he had an expiring deal, too. And so
Michael Porter averaged 24 points compared to 17.
Yep.
He's 8 years younger.
Yep.
He gets more rebounds.
Yep.
And about the same assist.
Yeah. And
that stinks.
And 3 first-round picks, which would have been better because they're Brooklyn Nets first-round picks. And so nobody knows why the Celtics did it.
Also, Michael Porter would have been fun with the Celtics because then you have another Missouri boy teaming up with Jason Tatum.
True.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, the Celtics did it probably because of money, because Jaylen Brown was going to get paid huge money. So if that's true, why don't you take the Michael Porter deal that expires in a year?
They could have been also mad because you missed the rest of the season.
Maybe.
He was hurt the rest of the season. Maybe they don't think he'll come back well. I don't know. You don't know. God does, but he's not telling.
Yeah. Frustrations.
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't, you don't,
God
does, but he's not telling.
Welcome back.
Dane had a brilliant idea. It happens every once in a while.
Every once in a
to
while.
do a main segment draft of the most embarrassing sports moments in history, or in our opinions.
In our life.
That's what it is. So we're going to do five each. I think we have a lot to work with here. We'll go back and forth. I am curious. I think both of us could have similar top picks. So do you have a preference on going first or second?
I always want to go first,
But I also want to go first.
which is when we let Siri decide.
Okay, so I will be 1. You will be 2.
Siri, pick a number between 1 and 2.
Here we go.
That would be 2.
Let's go.
So you do want to pick first?
Yes.
I feel like we may have the same number 1, but I don't know.
Number 1 overall pick in the most embarrassing sports moments draft is the butt fumble.
Ah, I did have it on my list.
Yep. Mark Sanchez, 2009. I don't remember when it was.
It doesn't matter.
But he takes a snap, and I think he was doing a quarterback blast. So he starts to run, and he runs into his own offensive lineman's butt. And upon hitting his offensive lineman's butt, it was so powerful that it made him fumble the football. And I think it was picked up and scoop and score for the defensive touchdown. And
Dang.
so it was unbelievable. And honestly, his career just was terrible ever after that. And so he had 2 good years and then was terrible. And the butt fumble really set a tone for his career and the New York Jets franchise. And so the butt fumble, number 1 overall pick.
That was not my number 1 overall, but it was
Nice.
up there. I guess we'll go with mine, number 1 overall. Jose Canseco.
Ah,
The
yes.
home run, the infamous home run, where he was fielding in the outfield.
Yep.
The ball bounced off his head, went over, and it was a home run.
Yep.
Yes, he had the assist. This was on all the blooper reels back in the day. I remember watching like the top 100 sports bloopers of all time, and this would always be one of the top options.
Oh, yeah.
Day after day after day. Like, how does that even happen? Like,
Well,
you're tracking down a ball, you completely botch it, it hits your head, which also just hurts, but then
Yes.
to make it even worse, it bounces over, home run.
Yeah. I mean, you should have caught the ball for 1.
Yeah.
For 2, if you simply weren't there, it would have been at worst a ground rule double.
Yeah.
And-
It's,
but instead it hits you off your head and goes for a home run.
It's so crazy. And like, that's such an iconic clip. And I'm like, it's funnier because it is against one of the better players of the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
etc. And you just have one of the most humiliating things happen to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 1 overall pick. Again, I had butt fumbles one of my top ones, but I got to go with this because it's too iconic in my lifetime. Marcell Ozuna.
Oh.
Climbing the left field fence, running to rob a home run just to realize, oh, that ball is still like 15 feet from even going over a fence. So he climbs the entire fence, realizes it, and then face plants on the ground as the ball drops ahead of him and bounces over for a ground rule double. Marcell Ozuna was a Gold Glover before he joined the Cardinals. And then he has one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. Like, everything happening. Like, first off, why did you think this was going to be a home run?
Yeah.
You climb the entire fence, and it's not even close. Like,
But-
it didn't even make it to the... I think it hit the beginning of the warning track.
Yeah, the grass.
Like, I'm like, Marcel, what
Played outfielder your whole life.
What are you doing? How were you a Gold Glover with the Marlins, and then you make one of the most embarrassing plays
Man.
I've ever seen?
That's something we don't talk about enough, that Marlins outfield,
It was so good.
where it was Yelich, Stanton, and Ozuna.
Yeah. And I remember I went to one of the games, seeing them play, because they also had
Yeah.
Ichiro on the team in 2016.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they had Ichiro there. They had a good team, but their pitching wasn't super great. They had Jose Fernandez at that point, and then
Yeah, R.I.P.
he died a couple of years later, or like a year later.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds was the hitting coach also.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot about
Don
that.
Mattingly, the coach. It was so many like star power people, but yeah, they just weren't a great team.
Because at that time, I mean, Yelich was seen as like the least good of the 3.
Yeah, but that's the guy the Cardinals wanted. They wanted him in the trade, and they said, no, he's untouchable.
They wanted Stanton first. Remember that?
Well, they tried Stanton,
Right.
and Stanton's like, no. And then
Which was good
they
looking
tried,
back.
and well, I don't know if they tried Yelich before or after Stanton, but then they tried to get him, and they're like, no, he's untouchable. And they're like,
Right.
well, I guess we'll get Ozuna, which at that point he was coming off a Gold Glove All-Star year. I'm like, okay, I don't hate this.
Yeah, pretty good hitter. Yeah,
He didn't turn out to be super great for the Cardinals. I mean, he was a good RBI guy, but
Yeah.
he didn't have as much power
pretty
as what
pretty average.
he had. And then he had amazing years, like a few years later with the Braves. I'm like,
Yeah.
why couldn't you do this for us?
It's just better coaching.
But yeah, that team was crazy.
That was crazy.
But those are my top 2 picks. What are your next 2, Dane?
I did not have the Ozuna one on my list.
I didn't. I that was one where I didn't think you would have it, but
Yeah.
it was just too good where I didn't want to skip it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that leads me to my number 2 pick,
yes,
which is the J.R. Smith for getting the score.
I had that on my list.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you would go with that. Okay.
And
2018.
so, 2018 finals, game 1. If the Cavaliers want any chance of beating the Warriors, they need to win this game. LeBron's having an epic performance.
Mhm.
And
Game 1 in San Francisco.
Yep,
Yep.
in the Bay. And so I don't remember who put up the shot, but then J.R. Smith goes up, gets the rebound. It's a tie ball game, and everybody expects him to go back up because the time is running down.
Yeah.
And, like 3 seconds left. And he dribbles out to the 3-point line and then dribbles towards half court, and you see an all-time meme, LeBron James yelling at him, like, go towards the
Yeah.
basket.
Yes.
And he ends up like chucking up a ball after the buzzer and goes, "Oh, I didn't know the score." And
It's like, what are you doing? Why are you out here?
And what are you doing? What are you doing?
And they had a chance to win
Yeah.
on the other team's court
Yep.
against, again, the powerhouse we already mentioned with Kevin
Yep.
Durant, Draymond Green, Klay
Yep.
Thompson, Steph Curry. They didn't have a great team, and they had to do something miraculous to win.
Yeah. Well,
And then
yeah.
yeah.
If you want any chance to win, like I said, you have to win game 1 here.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't
That was
because
so
of J.R. Smith, my goat.
Cool.
So that's my number 2 pick.
Yeah. Nice. And I was trying to see. Oh, and that was the year the Warriors swept the Cavs.
Yep. Goes on to sweep them.
Man.
And so that leads to my number 3 pick.
yes.
Number 3, I'm taking Bill Buckner between the legs.
I looked at it and I was like, I don't want this on my list, but that is a big one for the Red Sox.
Yeah, Bill Buckner. So Red Sox I believe this is 1986.
Yep.
They're playing in the World Series, I
Curse
believe.
of the Bambino.
Yeah, they are playing the World Series because they're playing the Mets. And so it's a little ground ball up along first, and the call's iconic too, where he's like, a little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner's. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. And so it sets the tone. Do you have it pulled up what game it was in the series?
What game was Bill Buckner?
It was
Bill's infamous error occurred in Game 6 of the 1986
yeah.
World Series.
Yeah, and so they're looking to close it out there, getting close.
Yeah. And they were up. Yeah, they're up 3-2 at that point.
Wow, yeah. So that would have helped him get closer to closing it out, but instead, a routine ground ball rolls between his wickets and goes into the outfield. The Mets go on to win Game 6. They would go on to win Game 7, and the Miracle Mets win the 1986 World Series. Bill Buckner and his family had to move away from Boston because of this.
Well, I don't know if you also realized this, but this was in the 10th inning.
Oh,
it was
in
a
the 10th
tie
inning?
game, I think, before this.
Yeah.
And that happened, and that's what helped the Mets take the lead.
Yep.
And then they went to a Game 7, to which the Red Sox lost.
Yep.
There's a very good chance the Red Sox would have won the World Series, but instead
Man.
they had to wait 18 more years to sweep the Cardinals.
Sweep the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, they ended up, Bill Buckner and his family just has to move away because they got bullied so much and like harassed. It was crazy.
Just imagine if social media was happening back then.
Oh,
that
my
would have
goodness.
been
awful.
so bad.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
bad. Okay.
So Bill Buckner, my number 3 pick.
Okay, so now I have my next 2 here. I had to do it, and I'm going to say it. Tony Romo's
No.
2006
No.
botched fumble.
That haunts me to this day.
2006 NFC wildcard game against the
Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks.
We're up. No, we're down.
One of the crazy things is, they were down 21-20. Tony Romo's the holder for like the kicker. He got the ball, fumbled it, so they couldn't kick it. He tried to run for a first down, gets tackled.
They tried to run for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do something there.
Yep.
And then they ended up losing 21-20. They would have won that game, gone on to the next round of the playoffs, probably won the Super Bowl, but instead, no, still looking for it to this day. And I just had to bring that up because you know it.
Well, that's
all
one
too
of my earliest childhood memories right there.
And you're just like, why am I a Cowboys fan?
Oh my goodness. My dad and I sat in silence for an hour after that because Romo that year replaces Drew Bledsoe, who got hurt, and is having a great year. And this was back when the backup quarterback was your holder. And I think they still should be your holder for those like fake field goal instances.
It's smart.
Yeah. And then because they can actually throw the ball. And so then Romo, who's having a great season, this is a chip shot field goal. It was like a 14-yard field goal and fumbles it, almost runs it in, but doesn't, and we ended up losing. Seahawks go to the Super Bowl that year to lose against the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. So,
this one will make you happier.
probably, yeah.
The next pick I have for number 4 is the infamous 61-yard pass to Deshaun Jackson, where he was running for a touchdown and dropped it prematurely at the goal line. At this point, also, I believe he was a rookie, and this was against the Cowboys.
He deserves it.
And, they did not get a touchdown. I remember this was also one of the plays I was shown over and over and over. I'm like, why are you dropping it?
Big
Just
teaching moment.
Run into the end zone. And this happens all the time still.
Yeah.
Like, all the time I see random clips of college football players or even professional football players dropping it early. Just go into the end zone. You have so much space to work with.
Run
and
through
then
the end zone.
spike it. Why are you dropping it early? Yeah. I'm like, oh my word.
Punt into the stands.
Oh my word. Yeah, get the penalty after you get the touchdown. Like, don't drop it early. And I'm like, oh, that's rough.
Unreal.
That's rough. But yeah, I knew that would make you happier because, again, it was against the Cowboys and it was against your arch enemy, the Eagles.
Deshaun Jackson.
With the Eagles, yes. So those are my top 4. What are you doing for your last 2, Dane?
Okay. Well, I don't think we have any crossover.
Well,
So-
I mean, I was going to say Butt Fumble, and I was going to say J.R. Smith.
Oh, nice.
So those are both on my list. I had to take those off.
My number 4
Okay.
is Steve Bartman. The Bartman seats.
I didn't put that on here.
So-
But I didn't really go the fan route. But yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, 2003. So Steve Bartman's in
Against
the
the
stands against the Marlins, yes, and the Cubs, who also have this epic like drought. 1908 was the last time they won the World Series at this point, and now 2003 they're in the NLCS against the Marlins, and they have a good chance to win it. They're in like their 7th inning or something like that.
Late in the game,
and they were up by it was like 7-4 or something like that. And Steve Bartman, little fly ball to the outfield, tailing towards the stands. Moises Alou, the left fielder, goes over, and he's going to reach up into the stands and probably catch the ball. Like, not into the stands, like barely like up against the wall. And Bartman reaches over and touches the ball. The ball falls down. He grabs it. Everybody in the stands starts booing him. And
throwing food at him.
Then starts throwing food at him because the Marlins go on to score like a bunch of runs, like 10 runs in that inning because of this. And the Cubs go on to lose. The police have to escort. They have a whole documentary about it called Catching Hell. And the police had to escort him home. And then he had to change his phone number. Police had to wait with him that night. And then he had to eventually relocate. To this day, he still doesn't talk about it. He only speaks through his lawyer about it. And
yeah.
He had to relocate. It was crazy how much the Cubs fans I destroyed him.
Pretty sure after they won in 2016, I think they may have sent him a World Series ring or did stuff because
they tried to. Yeah.
But I don't know if you knew all this other stuff. That didn't make that big of a difference in the game because they were up 3-0. It says top of the 8th inning. They were 5 outs away from reaching their first World Series since 1945. But after the Bartman play, which again, he had all the right to the ball because he was in the stands. And
it was like right above it.
Yeah, the guy
Moises
Alou, yeah, when he was trying to rob the foul ball and get a catch. Like again, there's no guarantee he was going to catch it. Like you don't know. But it says after the foul ball, batter Luis Castillo stayed alive and drew a walk from Mitchell Mark Pryor.
Yep.
And then
their best pitcher.
And then Ivan Rodriguez hit a single, which drove in the run to make the score 3-1. And then Miguel Cabrera hit a routine tailor-made double play ground ball directly to shortstop Alex Gonzalez. And instead of turning the double play to end the inning with a 3-1 lead, Gonzalez completely botched the ball, which loaded the bases.
Yep.
It should have been done. It should have been 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
They should have been going to the next inning and most likely won that game. And then it says with the door left wide open, the Marlins exploded, scoring a total of 8 runs in the single inning to take an 8-3 lead, which became the final score. And then it goes on to say, baseball analysts and Cubs players agree that Gonzalez missed double play, not Bartman's deflection, was the true physical mistake that cost the Cubs the game.
Yeah.
But you don't want to blame it on the thing that makes the most sense. You want to blame it on the random guy with glasses and a radio.
Typical Cubs fans.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, if you're listening out there and you're a Cubs fan, I'm talking about you.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have one last pick, looks like. Because you had 1, and then you had 2 and 3, and you have 4 and 5.
And so my last pick, I have to go with a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
Antonio Brown running off the field.
Oh my word!
It says, no, it takes all his pads off. It's when he goes to Tampa Bay. Tom Brady got him a spot on the team. You see like players and coaches saying, Antonio, don't do this. Don't do this. And he goes, no, I'm doing it. And he takes off his shoulder pads, his helmet, takes off the undershirt, and then he runs like kind of off on the side of the field, and he's like waving hi to the fans, like, woo! And then he just runs out, and then they cut him like the next day. Like, you can't do that. And so it inspired the epic like meme in my office that I would have where it says every day is a half day if you just leave. And
it's so
we love
true.
it. Keenan A. Smith knows that one well. It's great. And so that's my final pick.
Okay. I luckily did have a few left. So my final pick before my honorable mentions, Nelson Cruz playing right field in the 2011 World Series.
GOAT.
Yes, the Cardinals, they were down. It was the bottom of the ninth inning. There was 2 outs, 2 strikes on David Freese, and he hits somewhat routine line drive to right field.
Yep.
It wasn't a super easy play, but usually in that scenario where you have a chance to win the World Series, you want to have your best defensive players in the field.
Sure.
And the Texas Rangers decide to have Nelson Cruz, a slugging outfielder who's not exactly known for defense, playing right, and he looked like a fool. He was kind of running back. He did like a half hop. He could have caught the ball. Like I think I've seen like videos where it's like, here's how he would have done it. It takes 2 more steps, and then you catch it, and then you're World Series champions. But no, he looked ridiculous, missed the ball. David Freese got a triple, tied the game, and it went on to become history with, again, the Rangers taking the lead in the 10th inning with a 2-run homer, and then we tie it with a 2-run, I think, single by Lance Berkman. Goes to the 11th inning, they don't score, and then David Freese once again says, we'll see you tomorrow night with a home run, go on to win the next day, game 7. A beautiful.
It was like
actually, I don't know,
72.
was it actually the next day? Did game 7, 2011 World Series get delayed? I think it did, which allowed Carpenter to pitch.
Oh, the rain delay?
Yes, it was postponed.
Yeah.
Game 6. Oh, game 6 was rained out originally, and then so that pushed back game 7, it looks like, which made it where Chris Carpenter could pitch game 7. They went on to win first World Series in only 5 years, and then we haven't won since.
Man.
But yeah, that was my number 5 overall. Just a ridiculous play for him. Sad to be Rangers fans, but great for Cardinals. And then my honorable mentions are Chris Webber.
I had that.
Yeah. Chris Webber, he was a not all-star, but one of the superstar players from Michigan back in the early 90s, I believe. And they had a superstar team.
On the Fab Five.
And the championship game, I believe. It was coming down.
I don't remember.
I think it was the championship game. It was coming down to the end, and they were kind of stressing out. He had the ball, and he called a timeout when they
trapped in the corner.
had no timeouts, and it was a technical
He
foul.
called timeout.
I believe.
They have no timeouts. Technical foul.
Yeah, so they
Technical
ended up
foul.
losing that game, and yeah, that kind of destroyed him mentally, and it was very
And
sad.
that team.
Yeah, very, very sad. But that was one that needed an honorable mention.
That's a huge one.
Also, a guy that I don't know very well, but a guy named Jim Marshall.
Oh, yeah, for the Vikings. Yeah.
He got a fumble, and he ran it 66 yards for a touchdown in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And then after he thought he scored a touchdown, he threw it into the stands, which actually was a safety.
Yep.
So instead of thinking the team's about to go up 7, they went down an additional 2.
Yeah.
And then my final honorable mention is just anyone playing soccer.
Speaking of honorable mentions,
Yeah.
I had Matt Freese, the U.S. goalkeeper,
Okay.
and what he did.
Yep.
Unreal. I had Sergio Romo dropping his pants in protest to the NMLB new foreign substance policy check.
Shout out.
He just dropped him and said, check me. Plexico Burris shooting himself in the leg in a nightclub in 2008.
Shout out.
That's huge.
Shout out.
And this one is like, those are funny ones. This one's more crazy and highly debated topic. I've seen this clip before, but Roberto Duran, he's a boxer. And it's an infamous, it's a 30 for 30 about this, where it's called No Mas, where in the middle of fighting Sugar Ray Leonard.
That means no more in English.
Right. And he's Spanish, of course. He's fighting Sugar Ray Leonard, top of his game kind of guy, and he's actually doing really good, I think, in the boxing match. And he just kind of in the whatever round it was stops like throwing punches and things like that, and starts saying no mas, and just quits. He's like
That's so weird.
He's not beat up or anything. He just doesn't want to keep going. It just is done.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what happened? And he couldn't really explain. He just was done. Didn't want to go anymore.
I wonder if he had money on the game.
I don't.
or
Yeah,
something.
people. That's all the things people were wondering because they're just like nobody can explain it, and
I don't think I've ever heard of that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
it is kind of crazy. Watching the clip is kind of wild too because like it's not like he got landed with a big uppercut and was stumbling. He just was like, "Nope, I'm done. Stop."
That's so weird.
It was wild.
That's so strange. Well, put it in the poll. Whoever you thought had the best overall draft. Let us know in the comments if we missed any, etc., or just any thoughts you have whatsoever. Put them in the comments and we'll post those. But in the meantime, it is time for Dane's Manifesto.
Wow. Welcome back to Dane's Manifesto, where all things manifesting is what lives in your mind right now. And so here's what we're
Part
manifesting right now.
126.
Part 126. 16226.
Yeah.
Lindsay and I have an
Oh, no.
opportunity to become coworkers again.
Oh no,
And
that's what's going to take down the church.
I convinced her to apply for a kid's job. And she was all like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I have experience.
So
I said, you're a
you-
teacher, bro.
You may
And-
work with Lindsay, and I may work with Daniel.
Exactly.
A match made in heaven, baby. Content for days.
That is content. And so I think they both have their interviews next week, which is pretty cool. And so I told Lindsay, I was like, listen, you're going to be a hater. And part of this manifesto is here's why you should never work with your siblings. And it's because imagine working with your siblings. They're going to bring up a bunch of irrelevant things that don't need to be brought up right now.
Yeah.
And like all my ex-girlfriends, Lindsay's going to be like, oh yeah? Well, what about this ex-girlfriend, Dane? I'm like, that's not relevant to the conversation we're having right now, Lindsay.
But didn't you just say you're trying to get her to work there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't complain
Hey,
about it.
we both need a referral bonus.
Nice.
No, I'm kidding. I think she would like working there.
I think it'll
she,
be a good fit.
she also gets to work with a bunch of moms, which
And also, it makes it easy to watch Shepherd.
that's part of what I was saying is that we have toddler school for people there. And I'm
Shepherd
like,
could just be there.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Send them to toddler school. And so
They
you can do
probably,
that.
I'm assuming they probably could send them for free if they're working there.
I told her
or
to
very
ask,
cheap.
ask for it, but
Yeah.
we'll see. And so we'll see. And then I was like, and also it's not like you're sending them to a daycare. You're sending them to a daycare that's run by our church, essentially.
That's
And
much
that
better for
you
them.
can visit anytime you want throughout the day. And I was like, go do that. And you get to be around other kids and you get to be around other moms. You can even go visit your kids together.
Get Uncrustables.
I get Uncrustables. Yes. We have those there. And I was like, and you can make some part-time work. And I was like, I only see it as good. And you get to go to all these like fun things that we do as a staff.
That's a
So,
win-win.
I don't know. I thought it was a win-win. So that's why I was like, Lindsay, you should apply for this. You have relevant work experience being
Yeah.
a middle school teacher. And I was like, Lindsay, being a middle school teacher is going to be way harder than doing this job. And so
Yeah, especially based on who her kids were.
that's what I'm saying.
Her stories back in the day were wild.
Yeah. And now you work at this place or you could work at this place. It depends.
Yeah.
We'll see if they, she wants to do part-time. We'll see if that's probably the biggest thing in my head that
Yeah.
is going to be the contingent thing. Will Hill City want a part-time person for this role? I don't know.
Like another Beesmeyer/Reed.
Yeah, that probably be a good selling point in her interview. I'm not like Dane, and I told my boss goes, "Well, what's Lindsay's vibe? Like, what's she like?" I go, "She's not combative, but she also won't put up with crap." And
Yeah.
I was like, "She will tell you no, and here's why." And especially me, and I was like, all of our coworkers are gonna love her working there because she's gonna be like
She's also went to the church before.
that too. Yeah, she's gonna be like. Oh yeah, Dane. Well, blah 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 blah, and then people are like, "I didn't know that." And I'm like, "That's Lindsay. That's not true and not relevant." And Lindsay, you didn't need to bring that up right now. Blah blah blah. And so I was like, people are gonna love it. She's gonna be a good culture fit. Whatever. I don't know that she'll be into the pranking culture, but
I think she would get into it and then casually leave a voice memo about it. And
oh yeah, she'll bring up things that I do.
Throw it
at
on the
work.
pod.
It'll be great.
yeah, that'd be good for the pod growth.
So that was part 126 of Dane's Manifesto.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Chick-fil-A dressed like a cow day is back, baby.
Dang it.
It is so back. I thought COVID killed it, but it is not dead. It is risen again. Hallelujah. Chick-fil-A free food is coming at you if you're
Wow.
listening before Chick-fil-A Cow Appreciation Day, which is July 14th.
Be there.
It is a Tuesday. If you have any access to clothing that resembles a cow, that could be a couple spots, etc., that you stick on your shirt, you can get some free food. And I'm going to tell you some details before some little known facts. So
Yes.
here you go. Listen in. Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. It says 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. This is the official return of the costume tradition at Chick-fil-A after a 7-year hiatus due to quote-unquote pandemic causes and shifts to digital app-based rewards. Dumb.
Whatever.
This is what I live for, baby. This is better than 7 Brew on your birthday. Essentially, the quick breakdown is if you dress up like a cow, you get a free entree. They have a select menu selection. Back in the day, it was better. You could get whatever you wanted, but now they tell you what you can have. Essentially, for breakfast, you can get a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit or a 4-count chicken mini.
Deal.
You know what? You got multiple Chick-fil-A's, go to multiple locations.
That's true.
So good. Lunch and dinner, so 10:30 a.m. to give or take 7 p.m., it says. You can either get a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich,
Deal.
original or spicy.
Nice.
You can get 8-count nuggets, original or grilled, or you can get a 3-count chicken strips. And again, hit up multiple Chick-fil-A's. Go for the works. Get a little bit of everything.
We can get 2 of them right away.
Back in the day,
2 Sammys.
I've never been able to take part of this when I actually had a job. So this is unfortunate because I would have gone to 10 plus Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, you have a problem, yeah.
Which would have been amazing. But now I'll have to be a little strategic, probably go to a couple during breakfast, go to 1 or 2 for lunch, and then hit up as many as I can for dinner before Dane preaches. Gonna be a good time though. And then also, if you have kids 12 and under, they can get a select kids meal, I believe, like a 5-count nugget meal, etc. And here's what you have to essentially do. You don't need a full cow suit.
Perfect.
So that's a plus. It says any visible effort to wear cow-themed attire qualifies for the free entry. So right behind me, I showed Dana I have a Eat More Chicken sign.
He does.
Which looks very good, very classy. And I put that on and get my free
classy.
food. I plan to have that for the rest of my life, and it'll probably get me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in Chick-fil-A for free.
Hundreds of thousands of
Hundreds
dollars?
of thousands of Chick-fil-A.
Unreal.
But yeah, you can have like a white shirt if you want with like hand-drawn black spots.
I might do that.
Maybe or you can just literally cut out some construction paper, tape it to your shirt.
That's a better idea.
That's all you got to do. Spotted socks, cow headband, etc., cow mask, cat's ears, printed scarves. Or if you really want to, you don't have to, but you can do full cow print dresses, onesies, or themed shirts. Just anything kind of cow related. If you have it on, you'll get the free food.
I might buy a cow shirt that has like a yak on it or something, like a aesthetic one though.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, this is a cow shirt.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, or even right now, no, that's not a cow wristband you had. But even the shirt you're wearing, you could put some white spots, get some white paper, tape it on there. You're good. It's so easy. But here's the actual facts that I want to throw in for little known facts. So starting off, specifically with the Eat More Chicken, just to get some context, the Billboard campaign, it launched in 1995.
Ooh.
So it actually hasn't been around for super long. And it was famously kicked off with cows painted onto an Atlanta water tower because they're based out of like the Atlanta area.
They are, yes.
So that's kind of giving you a little bit of basis for what is now dressed like a cow day.
Eat More Chicken.
It says in the past, customers have historically brought actual living calves and
like
cows through the drive-through lanes.
That's awesome.
So I wonder if I'm curious, do the cows get free food?
What do you give them?
I don't know. Can you just get an extra sandwich? I'm like, I'll feed them, I promise. So I need 2 sandwiches, one for me, one for the cow. No, I'm not talking about my wife.
I guess you could get the lettuce. Quit calling women cows, Samuel.
It was a joke.
Unreal.
It said during its peak, which was 2019 and before, probably like 2015 to 2019, it said nearly 2 million people would participate nationwide during peak years before the hiatus hit. And I guess during that time, the chain announced that it had handed out over 9.9 million free entrees across the history of the promotion. And then I think it crossed 10 million around 2019, or they might be reaching for it in 2026.
That's true.
So while they have done it longer than however many years, it really blew up for like a few years there. And then it would have been even bigger now. They probably would be going for 20 plus million this year if they didn't have the 7-year hiatus or whatever it was. And then finally, so back in the day, because it's kind of broken out over the years, it said
just like COVID.
Yeah. They used to require a full head to hoof, quote unquote, costume to get an entire free meal, not just an entree.
That makes sense.
So you could get an entree, side, and drink, and they would let you choose whatever entree you wanted, which I would get those...
The party platter.
Expensive wrap. No, it's supposed to be an entree, not a party platter. I would get the most expensive wraps I wasn't allowed to get otherwise because they're too expensive.
True.
Get a side drink, go multiple times. I would have spots all over my body. It was such a good day.
They should do that. They should do like a tiered base thing.
They used to, and then they stopped to make it simple because I think there was some like judgment like, are you really in a head-to-toe costume
too
right now?
subjective, yeah.
Nope. You only get, because you could wear like the one item and get a free entree, or you could go head-to-toe and get the full meal.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would put spots everywhere.
We just got to clarify.
And the worst part to go, though, it's not super bad going to like individual locations.
Yeah.
But we would go to the mall.
Dang it.
So you're walking
Give
in
me that
dressed as
family.
a cow into the mall, and people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting a free meal, but it was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, but I'm like, I'm doing it for the food. I'm doing it for Chick-fil-A.
And as a family, you're forcing your kids to do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
You need to do it.
Get you out of your
We
bubble.
need free
We are a
food.
homeschooled family getting our free food at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
But yeah, they took away that to make it just a simplified system where a cow piece on your body, and then you get a free entree.
Maybe I'll just print out a picture of a cow and tape it to my shirt.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
The bar is extremely low.
I think that's what I'm doing on Tuesday. I need to put this on my calendar.
Yes, it is definitely worth it. Go with your coworkers, go with your family, go by yourself.
Yeah.
Just go to Chick-fil-A, dress like a cow, and get that free food. And please let us know if you do this. Put it in the comments. I
Frick.
want to know how much free food you got on Dress Like a Cow Day. This has been part 70 of Samuel's Little Known Facts, which means it's time for the worst part of the day, Jack's jokes. So here we go.
And now it's time for Jokes with Jack.
Hey, we're back with Jokes with Jack, joke 123. Coming at you. Sending this one from Greece on vacation.
What?
Why are there only Pop-Tarts and no Mom-Tarts? Because of the patriarchy.
And now it's time for
So Jack's jokes suck.
That was a 3 for patriarchy
Yeah,
joke.
it was creative. It was creative. I'm curious, Jack. Did you make that up? Did you, or did you look online for that?
You patriarchy
You
man.
need to let us know. just in case.
Patriarchal man.
Also, we've talked about Lindsay so much, might as well hear from her because she did drop some voice memos for us, which means we get to click the button we don't click very often. Yes, this button right here.
Oh, Dane, I kind of like this beat. Do you have any songs you can sing for me? Yo, you hit record, we hit regret. The voice memos, the wildest yet. Hot takes, weird thoughts, midnight dreams. The one guy still chasing his dreams. Mumbled nonsense, emotional flair. We play it back like we just don't care.
Voice memos.
Hello, podcast. I have 4 things to say, and it's quite possible that I might forget something along the way. 4th of July in Omaha is crazy. Our neighbor, he lives like at the end of the cul-de-sac. He is, how do I put this? He fell and hit his head at some point, and now collects a disability check from the government.
Don't we all?
Which is fine. But he let us know that this year he spent $14,000 on fireworks.
Ooh, love that.
So that's where your taxes are going. And on the 4th of July, I looked outside and he was wearing overalls, but only had one strap
Yep.
on his shoulder and
Girls
had
do
no
that.
shirt on and was wearing an American flag bandana. So that was fun. And if you were ever wondering what the 4th of July is like in Omaha, it's insane because there's not really that many rules around fireworks, and
Shut
the rules
up.
that there are, they're not enforced. So in our neighborhood, these random people decided to close off the road, like on their own.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't a city closure. They just decided to close the road themselves, and you couldn't get through to your house, and the fireworks go past midnight, and it sounds like an actual war zone.
The way
So it's
Amen.
pretty crazy. Even our pastor yesterday said, I've lived in several U.S. cities, and there's nothing quite like the 4th of July in Omaha, Nebraska. So there's that. Everyone should come visit if you like the sound of fireworks.
Yep.
Recently, Shepherd started walking and standing all the time. He's 17 months old. And if you think that's late, you're right. He has hip dysplasia, so you can pray for his hips, but he should be fine. In other news about Shepherd, he is really silly and loves to run away whenever he needs to get his diaper changed, and he tries to hide under
I do the
things so
same
he
thing.
doesn't have to get his diaper changed. And the other day I was changing his diaper and he escaped while I was changing his diaper. It wasn't a big deal because it was just a pee diaper, so all I needed to do was walk over to him and put a new diaper on him.
Oh no.
And while he was crawling
No.
away from me, he started pooping on the floor again. Again, on the carpet. So that was fun. Thankfully, Daniel Reed was home this time, and he shampooed the carpet for me.
Oh my God.
Then, let's see, what else did I have? I already forgot.
I can't wait to tell
Oh, it
go
grinded
for
my
that.
gears that the podcast was only 51 minutes because I really look forward to the 2-hour podcasts.
Okay.
And I had a fourth thing. I said fireworks,
She sends another one after this.
podcast length, shepherd pooping. There was something else. I'll think of it.
And here it is.
On the floor.
Oh, I just had a question for the pod.
Oh,
I have been baking a lot of muffins. And
Send
so
them.
far, I have made chocolate chip muffins, blueberry muffins, and banana chocolate chip muffins. I would like suggestions on what kind of muffin I should bake next.
so blueberry, banana, and chocolate chip. Those are kind of the big three that I immediately think
It
of.
was blueberry chocolate chip and banana chocolate chip.
What did I say?
You said blueberry, banana, and chocolate chip.
But it was banana chocolate chip?
Yes.
Okay.
So bananas and chocolate chip.
Those are the big three, though.
Pumpkin.
Eh.
Pumpkin muffins.
That's okay.
Almond muffins. Banana nut muffins.
Or, yeah, like the banana nuts, nice.
You do that one.
I was trying to think, and she said chocolate. I was trying to think of like those big Costco packs or Sam's packs they had back in the day, but I feel like those would always be like banana nut, they would be blueberry, and they'd be chocolate. Those would be the
Yeah.
big three, and no one would eat the banana nut except for me.
Zucchini bread muffins.
I feel like we're going downhill quick.
Cinnamon muffins.
Cinnamon. I'm curious what a strawberry muffin would be
Apple
like.
muffins.
Apple muffin.
That'd be a good.
Apple muffin jeans. That could be good.
One. Dang it. Apple muffin jeans.
I kind of like that one.
That's crazy.
Any other ideas?
What else? She did blueberry.
Also, just really quick, Lindsay, what was the fifth thing? Was that the fifth thing?
Raspberry muffins.
Again, I think we're just going. I think she hit the big three, really.
Any fruit, honestly. Pineapple muffins.
Jalapeno cheese muffins.
Whoa.
That'd be nasty.
I'd try it.
It'd be kind of. It's kind of like the bagel idea. Like they have jalapeno cheese
Oh.
Asiago bagels.
I would love
do it
that.
in a muffin form.
Yeah. Anything that's like kind of sweet in a like dragon fruit muffins, star fruit
Okay.
muffins,
What else?
watermelon muffins,
Water. That would be so soggy.
no way.
That would not
Yeah.
work. It would just like
grape muffins. No.
no. What are some other fruits?
I think I like the apple muffin, the pumpkin muffin,
Apple.
banana nut.
Apple could be nice.
Raspberry maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
I think-
Strawberry muffin.
I think apple is one of the top picks. I think strawberry might work.
Maybe.
You got to find the right recipe though.
Yeah.
Apple is a big one though. Go apple first. Let us know how it goes. I feel like it would be like an apple turnover type
Yeah.
vibe.
Garlic muffins.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew. That's nasty. Shout out to Shepard though.
Pooping on the floor is crazy. I'm gonna bring that up so much when he's older. I'm like, remember when you pooped on the
But
floor?
he said he like so, because he's running away now, and then he was crawling away.
he's running. He's like walking probably away. And
How do you, Lindsay, lock the door? How do you let him run away from you?
Yeah.
I don't even get how that happens.
Yeah, aren't you like changing his diaper? Like,
like he's on the. You have the diaper. Like
isn't it not next
how?
to you? Yeah,
You're the runner here. You should be able to keep him.
outrun your baby.
I don't. That's where I'm confused. I'm like, you should be able to hold him. Like, put some tape on his arms. Like, hold him down. I don't know.
Swaddle him.
Yeah, do something you need to do. Like, don't let the poop on the carpet.
Put him in the what's it called? The playpen thingy.
Yeah, just. I
That
don't.
baby's
I don't
going
get it.
to.
Also, carpet's just a dangerous game to play if you have little kids.
Well, you kind of need it, or else they're gonna hurt themselves.
Yeah, but it builds character.
Apparently, he touched a hot pan the other day,
Shout
and
out.
then it was like crying about it, and then he did it again.
How many times will it take before he's like, don't do this. Don't do this.
Man.
Also, this is a longer episode for you, Lindsay. Shout out. It will be probably like 140, 145. But
Too
yeah,
long.
that was our voice memos. That was our jokes. And now it's time for our Spotify polls and responses. Starting off with the polls from the past 2 episodes. First off, we had who had the better America draft. And I looked at this. Dane got 80% of the vote. So we
Let's
just
go.
don't need to talk about that ever again. And then we had, did you survive the 4th of July? And we're at 50-50. So our audience are not
Did you
making it.
survive July?
Yeah, did you survive the 4th of July? And the responses were, yep, and I have my fingers to prove it. And then I had no with a sad face. So those were the polls. And then we have a lot of responses from the past, give or take 13 days. One was from Elizabeth Virgil. Really enjoyed the main segment of y'all naming 100 athletes. I would love to hear you list 100 Bible characters.
Oh boy.
That'd be tough. We could try. She put, also, my son is part of a board game club at Colorado School of Mines, so I was thrilled to play him Samuel's board game facts. He said he will definitely be sharing the Candyland one with his friends once he goes back to college. Shout out. We're an educational podcast.
Yeah, we are.
She put, lastly, hope we get a voicemail from Lindsay responding to Dane's prediction of Shepard's life. Lindsay, if you're listening, go back and give a prediction or let us know what you think of Dane's prediction.
See how accurate you think it is.
Next up, we're going to Angela Birdwell. She put, Jack's comment about not being able to listen to the pod while on a cruise ship is just a sad, sad excuse.
Yeah, what do we have right here?
I was on a cruise last week, and I made sure to get the internet package so that I would still have Wi-Fi. Listening to the pod while relaxing on the beach at Costa Maya, Mexico was super nice. So shout out, Angela. She also sent us a postcard from her... Cruise ship, that's a word. So
yeah, why would you not get the internet package?
Yeah. And I responded with best comment ever, and Jack put, wow, I did not think I was going to get roasted so hard today. So
True.
Nathan, shout out Nathan. He said, yes, Dane, I am 26. With a 14-year-old, it happens. And Jack put, Dane is going to be 76 with a 14-year-old.
Facts.
Wow. And then Jack
Facts.
had his normal comment where he put, I despise that sports podcasts are always agreeing. That's why I listen to the Until Next Week podcast where gingers and swimmers fight. The National Treasure reference, The Secret Lies with Charlotte, was an incredible, well done. Samuel, Dane, be better.
Well, I get it now. If you said, hey, this, because that happens at the end where they go to the ship and find it, because it said it like on the side of the pipe or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere early, but I made that joke. I mentioned that in the podcast, and you didn't catch it when I said it. It's
like
okay.
Me. Well, if you said it like, oh, Secret Lies with Charlotte.
Yeah, because we're talking about Charlotte. And I was like, yeah, The Secret Lies with Charlotte. And that was pretty... He got the reference. I didn't think many people would. Lindsay had a comment. She put, name 100 baby or toddler items. Poop, first overall.
Poop, diapers, moms chasing them.
Yes. And then Jack put, name 100 pet names for your significant other.
Ooh, let's do that one. That one would be so fun.
Then we have options. I need to write some of these down. Angela had a comment again on last week's episode. Dane's lesson this week on anger was really spot on. And then she said some of the items Samuel chose for the 100 list were quite interesting. I'm sorry, Angela.
Yes, Samuel.
I made mistakes. I put that. I just put, yeah, when we start ranting, we can start going down some strange rabbit holes. And then Jack put great movie, holes.
Oh, holes. Yeah.
And then again, Jack had a comment last week where he put, I know it's been 184 episodes of the pod, but maybe, just maybe, Lindsay, you actually have a really good sibling and brother that brings you a roller coaster of anger and joy daily, and there should be no grinding of the gears. That fun, lovable guy as your brother is a blessing from the Lord, and I hope you see that soon and call him up on the phone and say, you know, against all odds, I'm really thankful to have you in my life, Cole.
Not at the end, saying Cole.
Okay, that's better than all your jokes. I did not read this ahead of time. That's funny.
Yeah, not the twist ending we've been looking for.
That is funny, Jack. That's the best thing you ever said.
True.
And then he responded to his own comment because that's what he does. Samuel professing for the millionth time his undying devotion and love for Rogers and Pujols, and then referencing panties, and finally explaining why pickleball is intimate makes this episode the Until Next Week's most romantic.
The most romantic episode ever.
And finally, we have a comment from Ryan Rockwell.
Yes.
Shout out. The sitar music randomly kicking in during the Walmart list killed me, bringing those Super Mario Wii World 2 vibes.
True.
And, you have to end with one more comment from Jack, and he put, I was hoping they would just start naming ethnic foods and items from Walmart when the music kicked.
That's true.
So many comments, funny stuff. If you want to be mentioned on the pod, comment on our episodes, and I'll read them. Until it gets way too long, I'll still read them. It only takes a few minutes. So shout out to all y'all. I need to make a note of some of these 100 lists, and we'll try to throw some in here and there and see what happens. We also still need to watch John Christ Springfield First Instagram clips that Elizabeth Virgil recommended, and I have not done yet, and you haven't done yet. So sorry about that. We'll get to it eventually. I know it's supposed to be funny. Just I'm a busy guy, but I should still watch it. And I should stop talking and just let you talk, because it is time for Jesus, our number one sponsor of the week from Nazareth. Dane, take it away.
This week, I'm talking about greed. We're doing the 7 Deadly Sins series, and greed is up, and I'm going to be speaking on Tuesday, and I have 2/5 of it written so far. And so the way it starts out, though, is I start by talking about how There is a sin specifically that we'll be talking about that encapsulates America. It's in the air that we breathe. It's so second nature to America as we hardly give it a second thought. In fact, you'll see entire political smear campaigns run against it. And I wish I could say I don't struggle with this, but actually it was embedded in me at 7 years old whenever I made a deal with my dad. I won't say it as long as I'm going to say it in this, but I made a deal with my dad to give me a Swiss Army knife at 7 years old, and all I had to do was take out the trash every day for the rest of my life. Which I took no thought of and said, deal, for sure. I got it.
I want it.
I want this. And of which I lost the Swiss Army knife almost immediately, like less than a week later. And so for the next several years, I was taking out the trash every day and then take it down to the curb on Tuesdays. And then finally me and my siblings all talked to my dad into giving us allowance, and we really got a number done on him because he agreed to give us $2.50 a week each.
Shout out.
We were making big bucks. And finally, that lasted for probably a couple of years. And finally, my siblings and I unionized, and we were able to get our dad to agree to $4.50 a week if we did some more things around the house. And so this was my first taste of greed and what it could do. And I started to realize that no matter how much money that I had, I always felt like I was owed more and I deserved more. And I was never happy with it. And I would talk to my friends at school who would be making like20 a week and they wouldn't even be doing anything. And I was so mad by that. And this followed me into the workplace because before I worked for this church, I worked at Hy-Vee, a small business that our older half-brother owns. Then a corporate job, and the whole time I was in these places, I remember my biggest motivator in order to get me to do something was to pay me more money, and I would leave a job and relationships high and dry if that meant that my paycheck would simply be a little bit bigger. And this encapsulates America at large today because how many times have you seen get rich quick schemes, or you've seen somebody who takes job after job just waiting until someone offers them more money and slightly better hours, and we have an entire industry dedicated to telling you what to do with your money in order to make more money, and we call it financial advisors. And am I saying that you should not take a job for more money and have a financial advisor? No, of course you should probably do that, and it's even probably the smart thing to do. But what I am saying is we have jobs where we hire people to make us more money, but when is the last time we hired somebody to make us more generous? Do we have generosity advisors, or do we have friends and family ask us when's the last time we were more generous with our money and our time? And I mention time here because greed isn't just money. It's primarily manifests itself in money, but greed can also play out with our time, our treasures, and our talents. And how much of your time are you generous with? How generous are you with your treasures? How much money or your money and the things that you own, your treasures, and are you generous with your talents? What are you good at that you could use to be in service to others? Greed can manifest in all these different ways, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight as we continue our series. And greed is up tonight, like I said, and we're going to primarily be in the book of Matthew, and I'm only going to read to you one verse tonight, and that's
shout out.
Matthew 6:33.
Why did I say shout out? Sorry, one verse.
Matthew 6:33. But seek first his kingdom seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. And I have three main points, which are going to be: whose kingdom are you building? Do you have Jesus's heart posture? And 3, do you trust God's provision in your life? And then I'm going to pray and get into it.
Shut up.
Nice. And we'll see how that goes.
Looking forward to it.
It'll either be really good or really bad.
I guess we'll see. Number 2, a sponsor of the week, Jake Trust and Art. Pretty Ricky, who's getting married, so really it only matters about him this week. And then baby shepherd Thomas Reed, who's pooping on the floor.
There's 3 updates with all 3 of those guys.
Okay, give me
Pretty Ricky's getting married. Shepherd pooped on the floor.
Yeah,
and pray for his hip problems. And then also pray for Jake Trust and Art's hip problems.
Did he get the surgery already, or
yes,
is that coming up?
He had it last Monday.
Shout out.
He had hip surgery to do something.
I was trying to get him to fill in for my wiffle ball team, which I should ask you. Why did I not ask you?
You should always ask Dane.
I should have asked you. Do you want to play wiffle ball on Wednesday nights at 5:30 to 6:15, every week for a few weeks?
No.
Okay.
I teach Gospel 101 for
That's why,
Stationers.
you're busy on Wednesday. Yeah. That's why I didn't ask you. I was like, why didn't I say something? So shout out to all y'all. And then just to reiterate, July 14th, Chick-fil-A, dressed like a cow day. Chick-fil-A is our third sponsor of the week because of this amazing day they brought back. So thank you, Chick-fil-A, and for all you do for our communities. You are the reason I live.
And thank you to the fans.
All our fans. Only our fans. So shout out. We still have until next week's shirts available. So hit us up if you're interested in one. I'll be willing to make a deal because we only have larges and XLs left. So please reach out if you want a shirt.
Large is a good size.
Please, I'm begging you. We need this.
We
need this. Also, Friday Pickleball. Use the link in the bio or Samuel14434 to get $10 off your order of at least $95. They got good paddles, so buy them. Also, Venmo Dane money. If you don't want to Venmo Dane money, you can give him money by buying shirts because some of that money goes to Dane. So
true.
If you don't want a shirt and give money to Dane, Venmo him.
Or send me Uncrustables.
That works too.
Yeah.
But someone's going to do that.
Or Mountain Dew.
Yeah, shout out. Keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. Leave us 5 stars and please follow us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram where you can leave us a voice memo. Finally, thanks again for listening to episode 185 of the Until Next Week podcast. We'll be seeing you.
Voice memo.